Okay, and welcome to my first review on My Wife Hates My Hi-Fi. This is the Ifi Hip Dac2 portable high-res DAC and headphone amp. And as you can see, it does high-res audio. It's a pretty nice box here. And it's small in packaging. It's got all the features that you really need to know about. And let's give this an open. Let's see what we got. So right away, here we go. We see a USB-A cable. Nice little pouch that the Hip Dac came in. And right away you can just tell this is a nice weighted unit. And this metal, that they have done is really smooth, and it's just got a beautiful shine to it. And here we go. On the back, you can see it has a 5-volt charger, and you got the USB input here. And then we can see the buttons. It's nice that they've got it on the back, so you know kind of what it is. So you got a power match, got the X base. You got balanced out and regular headphone out. So it's a really simple setup here, like most of these, dongle DACs that are out there. And we're just going to flip it on real quick and show you just how easy it is. There we go. You can see it lights up. And right now, I had it on the power match, but you can turn that off. When you turn it off, the light goes off. Turn it back on, lights on. And this is the X base. Same scenario, basically. And so it's really smooth to the finish, and I like that. It's really nice. And the reason I went with this particular model, and I had a Canon RU6, and it just ate my battery up. And as I needed to go on long drives, it would just eat the battery on my phone. So it just really wasn't working for my needs. But as far as sound quality, the Canon was really nice. But so I got this Ifi, and I've had it for roughly a month now, and wow, I really like the sound. And it's got nice airy highs, it's got beautiful bass, and it's not the most accurate DAC on the market, but it is fun. It is just full of fun and life, and it just sounds glorious. It's very rare that I get a product that I really love or fall in love with. I mean, there's, off the top of my head, I probably have had 10 in my lifetime, and I really love this DAC. It's just nice, and the battery life is just excellent. You just can't. I mean, it lasts roughly, I'd say, on a full charge, it lasted me about 8-9 hours, and that's pretty good. And I love using this, hooked up to my boombox and listen to it in the garden. I just stream it, and I sit in my backyard, and it's just, it's on for hours at a time. So, and it works really well. And so the other thing that I love, really cool feature, is this analog volume control. Now, a lot of these dongle DACs, they're coming out with non-analog. They're digital volume controls, and those are nice. But there's just something that is so satisfying about these analog controls on the volume, And it's nicely machined here with ridges, so it's real easy to do. Turn it off and on. It just has a great feel. Sound quality is just absolutely amazing, in my opinion. So it does do high-res audio. And let's take a look at some of the other features. And it will, it supports MQA decoding, and it's got an upgraded GMT clock that's different from the Ifi Hip Dac2, and it's just has everything you need. 24 bits, 384 kilohertz, and bit perfect DSD and MQA. I mean, so I didn't do particularly a lot of testing with different headphones. I used maybe 2 headphones, but what I did use this a lot was in my car, and I would hook this up to my phone and then use the output to my car's auxiliary, and that's how I would use it. And it worked really well. I'm very pleased with this, and it comes in at $189. And sure, there's tons right now. The market is so filled. I mean, you got tons of options, which is really nice. But you could consider this one because it's just such a nice package, and it's just so well made. And I feel like the electronics on the inside are just good quality, and it's using a Burr Brown chipset, and I think the Burr Brown chip is really good, and I think it translates really well. Sometimes you get a lot of DACs that sound very thin, very digital, but the Burr Brown chip really takes that edge off, and it doesn't sound very digital. Almost sounds very analog-y, very tube-like, I would say. And at the end of the day, the main reasons to get this is the sound quality and the battery life. Those things are just, so important when you're using these portable devices. And let's take a look at what else is in the box. So it also came with these little things, little rubber, rubber insulators, and you can put it on the back side of your hip DAC. So if you have placed this on a desktop, it won't scratch it up, And I actually don't use these. I use rubber bands, and that's better. And the only downside with this, I would say, is that it did not come with a USB out to an Apple phone. So you're good if you got an Android phone, but you do have to buy the adapter that goes out to an Apple phone or an iPad, and that'll cost you about $30, which isn't so bad considering how good this product really is. And it's small. It was so good that I stepped up and I bought their DAC, their desktop DAC, and I'll be doing a review on that very soon. But once again, the Ifi Hip Dac2, very happy. I can definitely recommend it, and thank you for tuning in to My Wife Hates My Hi-Fi.